Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Just 1 week to go, and I'm sure you guys are feeling the pressure. So don't worry, I'll try to cover some things which you should and shouldn't do during the last week. And before that, I know you guys might be wondering if I went missing, but I think it has been around 4 to 5 months since I have made any video, any presence, even on Instagram, right? I got a lot of DMs on this particular Instagram handle of mine, but I wasn't able to reply to any of them. I wasn't able to reply to any of your comments, and I really left you guys a bit worrying. I got a lot of messages. I saw them worrying about me, my health, and whatnot. So, just a quick update that I was a little off the path, and there were problems, there were health issues, there were personal problems, there were work related issues, and so I was not able to devote any time for you guys, and I'm really sorry for that. I'm really apologetic. So even our one question per day series, I had to hang it up. I thought that was one of the series which I would continue till cat, but the circumstances made me not continue it you know for yeah, some reasons. So I'm again once again apologize for not being in touch with you, not making any videos, and not replying to your DMs and comments. So I thought I thought that I would not make this video, but then again, we have a community of around 7,000 people, subscribers, and I thought 7,000 is not a small thing. Even if I could motivate some 100 200 people from this video just 1 week before cat, and so it would really accelerate your progress and whatever you are doing. So this video is going to be what to do and what not to do, do and don'ts, basically. Do and don'ts of 1 week before cat. So let's see what you can do and what things that you should avoid. So what should be your daily routine? So I'll break this up into three parts. By now I'm not really following up, but ideally by now you should have your admit card. It gets released before 1 month before that, so you should have your admit card. It's either first slot, second slot, or third slot. I am not really aware of the timings that is it has, but from what I remember, it should be 9 to 11 or 8 to 10. This should be around 12 to 2, and this should be around 4 to 6 p.m. This is from what I remember. I don't recall it exactly, right? But yeah, so whatever it may be, what should be your daily routine for 7 days? Let's break it up into 5 days and no, sorry, 2 days, correct? So initial 5 days, starting today, I guess, today or tomorrow, right? What should be your plan? So whichever slot you are in. So let's suppose you are in slot one, first slot. So what you do is you mimic your D-Day, right? So what would you do? So let's suppose you live in Delhi, right? And your center is in Ghaziabad. So it would take around 1.5 hours to travel, correct? And suppose you are in slot one, the exam starts at 8 a.m. So you would have to reach there by 7 a.m. For that, you will have to leave your home at 5:30 a.m. For that, you will have to wake up at least 5 a.m., right? This is this is a completely hypothetical, routine. But based on where you live, what is your center, what would be your routine on that particular day? So you mimic this particular thing. What you do is you start like this. You wake up at 5, correct? Let me just drop it off. You wake up at 5, do your daily course at till 5:30, have a breakfast, right? And during your travel time, which is of let's say 1 or 2 hours. So how do you mimic your travel time, right? You don't do anything. You just sit on your bed, just as if you are sitting in a bus or a cab, right? You sit on your bed and just have a copy of your notes. I'm sure, I mean, if you are preparing for an exam, you might have a copy of notes where you would have written your formulas, etc., right? Or important questions. So you just go through them daily. You don't need to write, you don't need to, solve anything, because while you're traveling in a cab or a bus, by any means, you won't be able to, write or solve anything. So just go through them, read the formulas, and especially don't panic. So what happened with me was when I used to go through my formulas, I figured out that there were some formulas which I didn't know, which I forgot, or which I couldn't remember even after, preparing for 1 year after CAT, 1 year for CAT. But you don't need to panic, because it won't solve anything, right? It won't help your purpose. If you panic that you don't know this formula, and the chances are very slim that the formula which you forgot will actually be used in actual CAT. The chances is very low. So always think of that and do not panic. Same thing that this thing you need to do with all the slots. Just mimic what you are going to do on that D day, and especially the test timing. So if your exam is on 8 to 10 a.m. Sorry, 8 to 10 a.m. So you give a mock test. I'm talking about the first 5 days. Give a mock test on 8 to 10 a.m. itself. Correct. Then take a break, for half an hour or so, and then analyze this particular mock test. You don't need to see. There are a very obvious don'ts which you don't need to do. First is, don't take up any new topic, new things. It won't help you at all, and it will only demotivate you. So this is a very generic statement. This is valid for every exam, anything that you do, right? If you are preparing for 1 year and at the last moment you pick up new things, you would feel very underconfident, first of all. Second, you would also, feel that things that they are of no use, because it has happened to me. So I would seriously advise that don't do this. Don't take up new things, right? Rather, what you need to do is you need to solve one mock every day, analyze it, and what else you can do. So for whatever mocks that you have given so far, it could be, let's say, 30, 40, 50, 10, whatever number, right? Make sure in these 5 days, you don't exactly analyze, but go through them. Go through all the mocks, go through the solutions, and go through the questions as well. So what will happen when you do this? So what happened with me was, uh, during the last days, I used to, because I had mocks of time and IMS. So I used to go through the solutions of these mocks directly, not the questions, because I did not have the time to solve each and every question of the mock that I gave, right? And I also didn't want to, because again, it would demotivate me if I wasn't able to solve an easy question, or something popped up which I didn't know. So I only looked at the solutions, because solutions would have questions as well as answers. So you see the question, you think it in your mind that, are you able to solve it? Good enough. You are not able to solve it, check the solution. So will you be able to solve it now? Good enough. Otherwise, just dump it, right? Don't stress over that particular question. So in by doing this, I was able to figure out at least 4 to 5 new ways of solving a particular question, right? So this really helped me. And apart from that, uh, many people will tell you this, and you might have gotten bored of this particular advice, but it is very important, very, very, very important, that you sleep peacefully, right? You need to sleep peacefully. You need to clear up your mind. You don't need to stress over little things, correct? And one more thing, that in case you are a person who is working, so for working professionals, I would seriously advise Monday to Friday you take a leave. Why I'm saying this? Because I've seen a lot of friends. I was not working when I gave cat, but I saw a lot of friends who were doing really well in mocks, who had all the capabilities to get a 99.9 or 99.5 percentile, but they couldn't do it because this particular last week they had a lot of stress at work. So just to avoid this, take those leaves, even if taking LOP, loss of pay, you have to you just have to take those day off. It would be a really really good thing for you yourself and your future if you take this off, because you would never know. You can't anticipate things that could happen at work. Any of your co-workers, any of your manager, a lot of things could go wrong. There are office politics, there is workload. Even if people are understanding, you would feel the need to work, or you would see a bit of guilt in yourself in case you are not working, you are studying for cat, and you are at the office. So just to avoid all these things, just to clear your head, I would advise you to take a leave. So this is what I'm talking about, mental peace. It is very, very important. I talked about people who are working and even people who are in college, right? If you have exams going on, because I remember a lot of people had exams going on in November. It's usually seventh semester of engineering or fifth semester of other degrees. So if you have exams going on, so devote your time equally to exam and cat. Don't uh, take these exams lightly, because it would affect your placements, your admission chances, a lot of things, because eventually it is going to be added up in your CGPA. So you need to find a perfect balance between your cat prep and these exams. And I really hope no one is facing that particular issue where your cat is clashing with your exam. If you are in this particular position, then I mean there is nothing much you can do about it, but try to think a way around. But yes, your mental peace is very very important. If you have problems in your family, problems in let's say your personal problems, any relationship problems, correct? So I would advise you to stay away and stay alone. You need to know the people to whom you can talk to during this 7 days. You can't talk to everyone, because not everyone will understand what you're going through. So it is very important to recognize these people and only talk to them. Or it would be much much better if you stay alone. If you really fear that staying alone would further deteriorate your mental peace, and you would not be able to perform well, then I would say identify the people and talk to them, correct? So this is all about do's and don'ts, a small video, and I am again really sorry for what I did with my channel. I had a lot of hopes and I had a lot of plans for this particular channel, but uh, yeah, I will try my best, to continue connecting with you guys and connecting, continue sharing things which I have witnessed and experienced. So, in the end, I would say all the best, and just believe in yourself. This is the most important juncture in your life. It can make or break your career, your future. And, this might be a very big statement, but for a lot of you guys, because I can resonate with it, because, this might be the most important phase in your life, because it will decide who you want to become, and if you will become that particular thing or not in your life. So you just believe in yourself. You have prepped well. I am very very sure that you all of you guys have prepped really well. You've given mocks. You have being consistent. Even if you got less marks in mocks, I know that you guys have tried, and this is the most important thing when you try, correct? So you need to just get out there, give your best, and just hope things turn out well. Not everything will be in your hands, there are a lot of other criterias which are not exactly, you cannot factor them in, you cannot do anything about them. But again, just do what you can do, give your best and believe in yourself. So that's it. I will try to connect with you once before the exam as well. So all the very best, guys, and I hope all of you, get what you want from cat. Thank you very much. Bye bye.